we've been here before, of course, when you think of Harry Kane in the past. Declan Rice, Martin, has discussed a man who he describes as his idol, John Terry, and also a desire to stay in London to be close to his roots. What do you think about what Declan has done here? Talking to Neville, we know the temperature of the water that Harry Kane found himself bathing in, and you wonder, Declan doesn't exactly do himself much favours in terms of the West Ham support by talking about where he might end up, and it might be another club in the capital because of his love affair with the capital.
I haven't heard the interview, but he might just be saying he's going to stay where he is, which is at West Ham, which is a very good story. And by the way, what about his development since he's been there? So, no, if he's going to go anywhere else, probably the club that, turned him away for some reason. Chelsea, don't often get things wrong at a youth level, but they did there because he's turned into an outstanding player.
Well, is that not what he's meaning here?
Well, you mean after they released Salah and Kevin De Bruyne?
He ends back up at Chelsea. But then I remember sort of Paul Ince and people like this, that calibre, ending up at Manchester United. We never thought they would do that and leaving West Ham. So let's see where he ends up. But wherever he's going to be, he's certainly, his development has been astonishing.
Oh, it has indeed. But he's saying, I always wanted to stay close to this place. I feel like I don't want to lose my roots. So he's talking about London and his affection for London.
You just diminished West Ham there, didn't you?
He did. Yeah.
No, you did.
No, I didn't.
You just did. You said people like Paul Ince and so on and so forth that were at West Ham, you'd never thought they would end up at Manchester United. Why not? West Ham is a great club full of great players, historically produced cup players that have won the World Cup for us.
At that point, you might have thought he was a London boy who wanted to stay there and he might have chosen another London club, but instead he went, and what a good decision that proved to be.
So you're saying he's quite limited in his outlook?
No, I'm saying that he's clearly enjoying living in London and wants to stay there. And really, anything is possible for a young player. So he shouldn't limit himself to just thinking of a London club.
I think Simon's getting back at you for word of the week.
If he pronounced it properly, I might be able to get back at him.
And the implication of that.
Mumpsimus.
A betting man,
it's a great feature.
Would probably suggest that by this time next year, Declan Rice will be halfway through next season with his new club. Would you go with that?
You think he'll be in a new club this time next year?
I would think so. I would think the summer's all important for him.
We'll see the appetite for West Ham to be successful because you don't want to be losing your best player at a critical time in the way that they're developing. Hopefully they can make it into Europe again. They did that. I thought the way they've managed the Thursday night football, still staying competitive in and around the top 4, top 5, has been nothing short of a miracle. The number of players that they're working with all the time, they try and improve their squad because they haven't got the numbers. Yeah. So Declan Rice, has been a really good story. They don't want to be losing him, and if they do, then one feels they'll put the money to good use. But it says a little bit. For me, it's a backwards step. It won't be like they'll be looking under the bed sheets, gone, where's Declan Rice gone? I think they'll be sitting there going, someone's bid us 120 million quid, exactly. And Declan Rice leverages it. I don't think they're going to do that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. I reckon the time has come, and the time will come. And no one can really argue with it because Declan, it's not as if he hasn't given an enormous effort to West Ham in terms of where they've got to.
It's good of him.
No, so, but 120 million.
No, but you know what I mean, Simon. He's become a phenomenal player.
Well, I don't know where his contract is, but when he starts
2 years to go.
2 years to go, he can start to run that down, Jim. I don't think we're looking at 120 million. If he wants the move he wants to go to, then he has a say in this as well.
Jim White and Simon Jordan, Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.